Forget all that crazy, complex code you see in the movies. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hacker's real toolkit, and you might be surprised to find out that the most powerful weapons are often the simplest ones.
I mean, what if I told you that a hacker's most effective, most dangerous weapon?
Wasn't some secret underground program, but something that's already installed on millions, maybe billions of computers all over the world. Yeah, maybe even on the one you're using right now. You know, we all have that Hollywood image of hacking burned into our brains, right? Flashing screens, code just flying by at impossible speeds. The reality, though, it's much quieter, it's simpler, and honestly, it's way more powerful. It's all about using basic commands with incredible precision and intent. So everything kicks off with phase one, reconnaissance. You got to think of this like an attacker is casing a digital joint, just gathering intel, mapping out the whole landscape before they even think about making a move. And check out this logical flow. A real professional, whether they're on the attacking side or the defending side, thinks in steps. First things first, is the target even online? Then, okay, what doors and windows are left open? And finally, who's already connected inside? See how each command just builds on the last one? It's a process. The very first step is almost always ping. It's basically the digital version of knocking on a door to see if anyone's home. You send this tiny little packet of data out to a target, like ping google.com, and you just wait to see if it responds. It's a simple hello, but it is the absolute essential first step to confirm your target actually exists and is online. Okay, so you know the house is there. Now you bring out nmap, and this is one of the most famous and powerful tools in all of cybersecurity. If ping was just knocking on the front door, nmap is like methodically going around and checking every single window, every door, every vent on the entire property to see which ones might be unlocked. So what is nmap actually looking for? Well, it's hunting for open ports. You can think of them as digital doorways into the system. It also identifies what services are running behind those doors. Is it a web server, an email server, maybe a database? For an attacker, this information is an absolute goldmine. Now here's the switch. While nmap scans a target from the outside looking in, netstat gives you the view from the inside. If you've already got access to a machine, netstat shows you every single connection it's making. For a defender, this is beyond critical for spotting suspicious chatter that's already in progress. All right, recon is done. Let's say an attacker has found their way in. That brings us to phase two, system exploration. The goal here is pretty simple. Figure out where you are, what power you have, and what's actually worth stealing. It's time to start looking around inside. You know, the very first thing an intruder does once they're in, they ask, "Who am I?" And the "Who am I" command tells them exactly that. Am I just a regular user with almost no permissions, or did I hit the jackpot and get in as an administrator with total control? This one little command defines every single move they make next. Next up, you need to see what's in the room with you. The ls-la command is like yanking open all the file cabinets and every single drawer. And that -la part is what's really important. It lists all the files, even the hidden ones. And believe me, those hidden files, that's usually where the really interesting stuff is hiding. So you found a few interesting-looking files. Now you've got to read them. That's what cat does. It just displays the contents of a file right there on the screen. A classic target is the etc/password file because it lists all the user accounts on a Linux system. It's like finding an employee directory for the entire digital company. So all of this digging and exploring, it all leads to phase three, the payoff. This is where an attacker takes everything they've learned to hunt down the sensitive data and ultimately gain total control of the system. Imagine you've got thousands of documents and you're looking for just one specific word. That is where grep comes in. It is an unbelievably powerful search tool that just rips through files looking for keywords. An attacker can use it to hunt for terms like password or API_key across the entire file system. It's the ultimate tool for finding that needle in a digital haystack. Yeah, grep is the command that so often uncovers the crown jewels. Passwords someone accidentally left in a config file. Secret API keys for cloud services. You name it. Finding just one of these can turn a simple, low-level access into a catastrophic, company-wide breach. And this right here is a dramatic power shift. An attacker might get in as a regular user, very limited permissions, but if they can find a way to use the sudo command, they can run commands as root, the super user, with godlike control over the entire system. It's the difference between being a guest in the house and having the master key to every single room. And here's a command that just relies on simple human error. The history command shows you a log of every command that's been typed before. Attackers absolutely love this because sometimes system administrators, when they're in a rush, they'll type a password or some other secret right into the command line. Well, history remembers all of it, leaving a perfect trail of digital breadcrumbs for anyone to follow. So after seeing all this, it kind of begs a pretty fundamental question. Are these commands hacking tools, or are they just administrative tools? The answer is yes. They're both. They are powerful, neutral instruments, and whether they're a tool or a weapon, well, it's all about intent. Just think about it for a second. An attacker uses nmap to find weak points so they can break in. A defender uses the exact same command to find those exact same weak points so they can fix them. An attacker uses grep to hunt for exposed passwords, while a security pro uses it to audit systems to make sure no passwords have been exposed. The tool is identical. The purpose is the complete opposite. And let's be crystal clear about something. These are not some obscure hacker tools. These are the daily drivers for a huge range of legitimate high-paying tech professionals. System administrators, DevOps engineers, cybersecurity analysts, they live in the command line. It's the very foundation of how modern tech is built and secured. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Mastering the command line isn't about learning to hack. It's about learning the fundamental language of technology itself. If you have any interest at all in a career in cybersecurity or cloud computing or IT administration, this is an absolutely essential, non-negotiable skill. So we've walked through the tools of the trade, all the way from reconnaissance to total control. We've seen how they can be used to build and protect, or to explore and exploit. And that just leaves one final question for you. Now that you know the tools, how will you use them?